Hey guys, imagine this. You're curled up on the couch, finally getting to savor that tub of Greek yogurt you've been saving. Suddenly, a tiny furry shadow materializes beside you, those big round eyes locked onto your snack like it's the holy grail. Before you can even take a second spoonful, a tiny pink tongue flicks out, and there's this silent but intense telepathic message: share. Now, sound familiar? These little carnivores sure have a way of turning every meal into a negotiation, and their food obsessions are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to their quirky habits. Let's dive into the first batch of feline mysteries that'll make you go, wait, my cat does that too. Let's start with the yogurt fiends. Some cats are absolutely obsessed with the stuff, like would sell their soul for a lick obsessed. Finish your cup. Don't bother tossing it, your cat will turn into a tiny cleanup crew, licking every last smidge like it's their sacred duty. Just a heads up though, moderation is key here, and steer clear of any yogurt with xylitol. That stuff's a no-go for our whiskered friends. But watching them go cross-eyed over a yogurt cup, pure entertainment. Now let's talk about the forbidden fruit of the cat world. Sausages crack one open, and suddenly your sweet little furball transforms into a tiny food ninja. One user mentioned their cat, Master Lai, swings a partially opened ham sausage right out of their hand, caught red-pawed but totally unrepentant. Can you blame them? That salty, meaty aroma must hit their noses like a five-star feast. But here's the buzzkill: all that salt is rough on their kidneys. So maybe keep the deli meats for yourself, unless you want to deal with a very persuasive cat giving you the how could you stare. These little detectives aren't just after your snacks, they are genuinely curious about your entire menu. Dinner time rolls around, and suddenly there's a tiny inspector hopping up to sniff your plate, as if judging your culinary choices. They've watched you pull treats out of bags so many times, they'll even dig through empty ones, convinced there's a secret stash of kibble hiding somewhere. It's equal parts adorable and frustrating when you're trying to clean up. Now let's shift from food to their weirdly specific furniture preferences. Ever splurged on a fancy cat bed, only to find your cat using it as a fancy footrest while they nap on a cardboard box? Or better yet, the cat scratch pad. Turns out, cat beds might just be the pet industry's best prank. So many kitties are utterly devoted to their scratch pads, even when they are way too big for them. One poor cat named Yuyu was caught squeezing onto a tiny scratch pad, looking like an over-researched sauna. Spoiler, she fell off, bonked her head, and was so made she gave the pad a couple of good kicks. Relatable, honest, and let's not forget their snack time rituals. Some owners have figured out that making specific noises, like tapping a can or crinkling a treat bag, can turn their cat into a well-trained, if slightly greedy, Yingsheng worm, y ingsh e macron ngcho acute, ng echo bug. It's genius until you're trying to sneak a late-night snack, and suddenly there's a pair of glowing eyes in the dark, demanding their share. They're like tiny, furry food critics with zero boundaries. But here's the thing, all these little quirks, from the yogurt raids to the scratch pad devotion, are what make them so endearing. One minute you're rolling your eyes because they stole your ham, the next you're melting because they're curled up on their beloved cardboard throne, purring like a tiny motor. Food and favorite spots aren't just necessities for them, they are part of their little cat identities. Just remember, when it comes to treats, moderation is key. And maybe invest in a scratch pad bigger than your cat. Trust me, your flaws and their pride will thank you. Ever woken up at 5 a.m. to the sound of tiny paws attacking your doorknob? Like clack clack clack, as if your cat's training for a feline burglary heist. Yeah, that's the door opening expert in action. Some cats treat closed doors like personal insights. How dare you restrict their royal access? They'll leap, swat, and basically body slam that handle until it gives way, all while giving you the side-eye like, took you long enough to get the memo. Pro tip, there's this handy little device you can install to outsmart them. Suddenly, your mornings go from cat burglar wake-up call to peaceful sleep, and let me tell you, it's life-changing. Then there's the whole, my cat's legs are definitely broken panic. Picture this, you're cuddling your kitty, and they are so chill they are practically a fur blanket. You glance down and their paws are splayed in the most unnatural positions, like someone folded them by a toddler. You nudge a paw and nothing. It flops like a wet noodle. Cue internal screaming, did I break my cat? Is this a trip to the vet? Relax. Turns out that's just peak trust. They are so comfy with you, they've checked out of limb control entirely. It's their way of saying, yeah, you can mess with my feet. I don't care. Love me. Sleeping habits are another goldmine of confusion. Ever caught your cat napping with a tiny pink tongue peeking out? Adorable, right? Like a little furry Dracula who forgot to tuck it back in. Occasional tongue peeks. Totally fine, just them being extra cute. But if that tongue's hanging out 24/7, might be time to ring the vet. Better safe than sorry, even if it means interrupting their I'm a tiny derp aesthetic. Now let's talk about the great outdoors or lack thereof for some cats. Slap a harness on them and suddenly your fearless hunter turns into a statue. They'll plant their paws, stare into the middle distance like they are decoding the universe, and refuse to move. You're standing there holding the leash thinking, we practiced this. You were supposed to be a jungle explorer. Then, the second you undo that harness, poof, they are gone. Vanished into the bushes like a furry Houdini. Lesson learned, some cats are homebodies and that's okay. No need to force the adventurer persona. On the flip side, have you ever witnessed the post-potty zoomies? Your cat's been napping all day, like barely lifts their head when you walk by. Then they saunter to the litter box, do their business, and suddenly transform into a race car. They'll tear around the house, leap over couches, bounce off walls, like they just chugged a gallon of catnip lattes. One minute they're a sloth, the next they're Usain Bolt with a tail. And let's be real, it's equal parts hilarious and terrifying, especially if you're trying to stop them from parkering onto your clean sheets. Pro move, block their path to the bed right after they exit the litter box. Trust me, your laundry basket will thank you. Then there are the drama queens who pretend they are too cool for toys until you're not looking. One owner swears their cat couldn't care less about stuffed animals until midnight when said cat was caught gnawing off a teddy bear's nose. Confronted, the cat just stared like, what? I have no idea how that happened. Maybe it was a ghost. A classic. They've mastered the innocent until proven guilty act, and honestly we should all take notes. And let's not forget the cats who think they are mountain goats. They'll scale bookcases, perch on fridge tops, and generally act like they own the high ground until it's time to come down. Suddenly, Mr. Tough Guy is meowing like a kitten, staring at you with those help me eyes. You reach up to rescue them, and they act like it's a huge inconvenience. Ugh, fine. But I could have gotten down myself. Eventually. Spoiler, they couldn't. One poor cat even serve you right. Next time, don't climb the cabinet top like it's Everest. These little weirdos keep us on our toes, don't they? One minute they are breakdancing post-potty, the next they are pretending to be statues in harnesses. It's like living with a tiny, furry actor who can't decide which role to play today. But that's the magic of it, never a dull moment and always a new quirk to discover. Ever leaned in for a snuggle, only to have your cat suddenly present their rear end like it's a fancy gift? Yeah, that's not a rude gesture, surprisingly it's their version of a high five. Turns out when a cat sticks their butt in your face, they are basically saying, I trust you enough to show you my most vulnerable spot. Flattering, right? It's one of those little social cues that makes you go, okay, I'll take the butt as a compliment. Let's talk about how these furballs move. Watch your cat stroll across the room sometime, odds are they're doing a tiny dance. Right hind leg, right front leg, left hind leg, left front leg. It's like they've got a built-in rhythm, just like camels or giraffes. But every now and then, you'll get a klutz who traveling over their own paws like a toddler in oversized shoes. Adorables. Absolutely. Proof that even cats aren't perfect. Definitely. Don't let the chubby cheeks fool you. Your couch potato is secretly a speed demon. House cats can hit nearly 50 kilometers per hour when they want to. That's faster than most humans can run. So next time your cat bolts from the living room to the bedroom for no reason, don't question it. They are just flexing those hidden Olympic-level muscles. Good luck catching them though, you'll be eating their dust. Now let's dive into their weird little bodies. Ever counted their toes? Front paws have 5 tiny digits, back ones only 4. It's like nature gave them a spare toe for extra grip when they are scaling your curtains. And those eyes, they are built for night missions. Cats can see in light 6 times dimmer than what we need, handy for midnight zoomies, but here's the kicker, they are basically farsighted. Get too close to their face and you turn into a blurry blob. So when they stare at you from 2 feet away, they're probably thinking, is that my human? Looks kinda squishy. Ever wondered why your cat meows at you but ignores other cats? That's because meow is a human-exclusive language. They don't chat with each other like that, those are just custom sounds crafted to manipulate us. And some take it up a notch. One owner swears their cat mutters old woo, L letter 1 CEOWU acute, L letter 1 CEOWU acute when they think no one's listening, then switches to cute meows the second they make eye contact. It's like living with a tiny bilingual actor. Lactose intolerant club, raise your paws, cats are members too. That milk for kitties trope. Total myth. Most can't digest cow's milk, so skip the bowl unless you want a messy surprise later. Stick to special goat milk formulas instead, your carpet will thank you. Here's a heartbreaker, about 10% of cats get separation anxiety. Leave for a weekend and they might stop eating, scratch furniture crazy, FE Macron NGKUA acute, NG like crazy, or just mope by the door. They are not being dramatic, they really do miss you. A little extra playtime before you go can work wonders. Let's talk numbers. Your 1-year-old cat is basically a 15-year-old teen, 2 years old equals 25, and each year after that adds about 5 human years. The oldest cat on record lived to 38, can you imagine? That's like having a 160-year-old roommate who still knocks over your coffee. Oh, and that purse. It's not always I'm happy. Sometimes cats purr when they are stressed or hurt, it's their way of self-soothing, like a tiny internal comfort blanket. So if your cat's purring while hiding under the bed, maybe check in on them. Ever tried dressing your cat? Some handle it like champs, others act like you've wrapped them in bubble wrap. But here's a fun fact, even neuter cats might act in heat sometimes. Blame leftover hormones or hidden testicles. Vets call it cryptorchidism, Y letter 1D0 NGA Macron O cryptorchidism. Just another curveball from nature. And let's not forget their weird obsessions. Catnip makes some roll around like they're on cloud 9, drooling everywhere, but 30% couldn't care less. Then there's the celery lovers. One owner caught their cat cue an emergency bath. Poor cat probably thought, why is my favorite snack sucking me punched? At the end of the day, these little oddballs are walking mysteries, each with their own quirks, secrets, and way of loving us. They are farsighted but see in the dark, lactose intolerant but beg for milk, and their insults are actually compliments. Living with a cat means never stopping to wonder, wait, why did they just do that? And honestly, that's the best part. Cats are such strange, wonderful creatures, aren't they? 1 minute they're acting like tiny dictators, demanding yogurt at 3 a.m., and the next they're curling up on your lap like they've been your best friend for years. All those little quirks, the door scratching, the butt presenting, the midnight old woo mutters, they are not just annoyances. They are the things that make your cat yours. Think about it, that cat who ignores their expensive bed for a cardboard box. They are teaching you to find joy in the simple things. The one who bolts after using the litter box. A reminder to celebrate small wins. Even the ones who steal your snacks. They're just saying, hey, let's share this moment. As shoveling shit oars, we sign up for the hair on our clothes, the knocked-over vases, and the 5 a.m. wake-up calls. But in return, we get a front-row seat to a world of feline mystery, where a purr can mean I love you or I'm scared, and a butt in the face is a compliment. It's messy, confusing, and absolutely worth it. So here's to our weird, wonderful cats. May their yogurt raids be frequent, their naps be long, and their little quirks never stop surprising us. After all, life with a cat is never boring.